Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to watch my review for Mission Impossible Fallout right now. Alright, you've made it. I've made it. We're at the end of the line. Mission Impossible Fallout is our last review until Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, which that review will be up tomorrow. So look forward to it. But I will have seen the movie from when you're watching this, so look forward to that review dropping tomorrow. But Mission Impossible Fallout, we're here. Christopher McQuarrie directed this one also. As I said, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's my favorite action movie of all time, but it literally is one of my favorite movies of all time. We all can have our different opinions, but I just adore this movie so much. This was actually the first Mission Impossible movie that I saw in the theaters. I saw it with a couple friends a long time ago. It came out in 2018. That's about 5 years ago by now. Crazy how old this movie is already. You don't even notice how old some movies are when they come out. But this movie, it upgraded on so many levels. The little plot synopsis, let's go through it right now. Ethan Hunt and the IMF team joined forces with the CIA assassin Walker to prevent a disaster of epic proportions. Arms dealer John Lark and a group of terrorists known as the Apostles plan to use the 3 plutonium cores for a nuclear attack. When the weapons go missing, Ethan and his crew find themselves in a desperate race against time to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Alright, I don't want to give too much away from that little plot synopsis because this movie is really special to experience. So if you haven't seen it and you want to see it still, I'm going to go into spoilers now. So go watch it if you want to, but then come back because this video is going to get really fun because I love this movie and I'm going to talk about it a lot because it's just such a special action movie. I don't know how Christopher McQuarrie upgraded as much as he did, but he did. So our cast, of course, Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, his 6th go around, and he finally did it. He has an amazing, perfect action movie. Let's go, Tom Cruise. You deserve all the praise, my guy. The beautiful Rebecca Ferguson, the beautiful Vanessa Kirby, beautiful Michelle Monaghan. We got some 3 all-star ladies in this movie. Simon Pegg, and of course, the amazing Henry Cavill, Superman, Ving Rhames, and Sean Harris is back in this one. Angela Bassett, Alec Baldwin's back. Even more people in this movie. This movie is stacked. As I said, the last one was stacked. This one's even more stacked. You know, Christopher McQuarrie he went out and upgraded the cast a little bit more. He had to get a little frisky with it. Dead Reckoning, it's even more stacked, but we'll get to that in the review for Dead Reckoning. This movie is so special to me because I feel like all the action in this movie, it's basically real. You know, Tom Cruise really does specify that he wants to do all of his action scenes like real life. He wants to do it with like no stunt actor. He wants to do it himself, no VFX. Of course, there has to be some VFX. You know, you got to replace some scenery sometimes, but he wants to do it himself. And I really applaud him for that because he wants the movie theater experience to be like no other. He wants you to experience it like he experienced it when he was filming, and he wants you to experience the movie like it's happening in real life. And I feel like it's so authentic. You don't get that like sometimes, and it kind of feels like when you're watching this movie like you're watching like a real life documentary because it all feels so real and it looks so real because it basically is real because Tom Cruise is doing it. Him and Keanu Reeves are like the only big action stars that are willing to do these huge stunts, and I applaud them both for it. Tom Cruise wants to keep the theatrical business alive, which, what a guy he is. Theatrical business needs to stay alive. Seeing these movies in IMAX just brings out a whole new level of appreciation for me. But let's get into some of my favorite scenes. We got a lot of scenes in this one that I really adore, but I'm going to leave it to 3 scenes. Hopefully I don't go over. Let's start with the Fallout Halo jump scene where he actually jumped out of that big ass airplane all the way up in the sky. This scene is crazy. I can't believe that he jumped that high. You do have lightning in the background. I think that is VFX because there's no way they would let him jump during lightning, even if he had a great insurance. There's no way, because that lightning is of course a VFX, but it just adds to the scenery of this movie. And let me just say, the cinematography of this movie is really great. It's the best cinematography of the whole franchise in my opinion. And of course the score is awesome. The score is awesome in every Mission Impossible movie because you've got the score in the background in each scene, but you also have that Mission Impossible theme that comes back up during some big crucial moments. But the Halo jump scene is just really intense with him and Henry Cavill going off, and then Henry Cavill gets blasted by a piece of electricity, and it's just crazy what goes on in that scene. And Tom Cruise has to save Walker because he got hit by lightning, and he saves him, and then they land, and Walker's like, what happened to oxygen? Because Tom Cruise had to give him his oxygen. I feel that that's so smart humor wise, because both of them are just going at it the whole film until Walker, of course, he turns evil. He's an evil guy. Another one of my favorite scenes is the bathroom fight when when Henry Cavill goes boom boom with his fist. He loads him up. His fists are guns, man. He's Superman. Of course his fists are guns. He gotta load them. We wouldn't have not this scene is kind of like one of the best action scenes of all time, because the other guy that's also in the scene with them, I forgot his name, but he's brilliant. He's probably a stunt actor, because he just sold all the stunts so well. But the hand-to-hand combat here is awesome. Tom Cruise and Henry Cavill get taken down by this one small guy. Like, what? Henry Cavill, why are you getting taken down? But also, Henry Cavill lands some damn good punches in that scene. It's great. They get thrown through walls. They get punched in a little bathroom stall. Someone gets hit with the computer. Then the other guy gets shot in the face, of course, by our own Rebecca Ferguson, Ilsa Faust. The little romance by Ilsa Faust and Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt in this movie, it's really great. I don't know if it's as good as Michelle Monaghan's romance with him, even though they didn't really have it for that long. But it's a really good build-up for their romance in this movie. And I don't know, my last favorite scene of this movie, if I have to pick another one, I'm going to give it to Simon Pegg and Rebecca Ferguson and Sean Harris for the little fight in the building at the end of the movie, where they had this little fight with them, and then Simon Pegg gets basically, he gets hung up, basically, by Sean Harrison's character, and he's, like, suffocating, and Rebecca Ferguson's character has to save him. She's, like, going hand-to-hand with Sean Harris's character. It's a really great fight scene, and it's shot very well. The stakes are really high. You, like, worry for Simon Pegg's character. I was like really worried for him. So those are my 3 favorite scenes of a movie, which I find perfect, and there's so many perfect scenes in this movie. I feel like the plot of this movie is also upgraded very well, especially because you have Vanessa Kirby's character there to kind of help explain more exposition, and you still have the Syndicate here with Sean Harris, because he's part of the Syndicate, but now they're the Apostles. So I really do love how Sean Harris's character kind of like developed from multiple movies. I feel like that's what they needed to make his character like more scary, in my opinion, and I feel like it worked very well. But then you have the whole ending where I said Henry Cavill's character turns evil, and then you have them chasing each other in helicopters, brilliant. And then the whole just ending where the little sunset came up, where Tom Cruise like disabled the bomb. You really didn't think he did for a second, but he actually did. It's great. This ending of this film is like so somber in a way, and I really do enjoy that, because some of the other films ended on different notes, but I like how this one ended on a more calm note, between a character moment between Tom Cruise's character and Rebecca Ferguson's character, and I really do love it. Their romance is kind of official by the end of the movie, and I think it's brilliant. I think this movie is brilliant. I could rewatch this back to back to back. I've already rewatched this year 3 times, and I don't plan to stop. I feel like rewatching this multiple times a year is just a way to just entertain me, but just keep me happy, you know? This movie just brings out all the happiness and just all the energy in your body, and I really love it. So I'm going to give Mission Impossible Fallout a 5 out of 5. The one perfect Mission Impossible movie to me, but maybe Dead Reckoning is also perfect. We'll find out in my review for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 tomorrow. Peace out.